in a legal matter. As we know, Jay-Z, Kanye, Beyonce have a long history with each other. Kanye West came into the game producing beats.
Look at the shit Kanye just tweeted about Beyonce. Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded. No, like, literally. This is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having retarded kids is a choice. And you know, I've always suspected that Beyonce's son in particular had autism, but to say this about children is irreprehensible.
I live in Vegas. They told me beforehand so I would work on stage. Hey, bro, now you gotta with me, but you know I got the vision, and you know I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Beyonce is coming hard for Kanye West, and he might need to watch his back because the saying that she is furious cone has gone way too far with his shenanigans, and it seems like he might have finally bitten off way more than he could chew because he has gotten on Beyonce's bad side, and y'all can expect for things to get messy anytime from now. It started when Kanye had something incredibly mean to say about Beyonce's kids, and if there is anything that we know about Miss Mama Beyonce is that she does not play about her kids, and Kanye is about to learn that the hard way. Kanye has been coming for the Carters for a minute now, and Beyonce has had it up to here with his antics, and there are talks of a lawsuit against him for defamation, but now Kanye is denying the defamation claims and allegedly making talk about having a video proving that there is something wrong with Beyonce's son. It's looking like he's ready to go to war with the Carters, so let's break it down. Honestly, it's crazy when you think about how things ended up between Kanye, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, especially considering how tight they used to be at one point. Their friendship seemed unshakable. They weren't just industry people years, they genuinely had love and respect for each other. You could see it in the way they supported one another, collaborated on music, and just vibed together like a whole family. But you'll fast forward to now where Kanye is not only falling out with them but also making these wild and completely unnecessary comments about their kids. That's a whole new level of messy that nobody even saw coming. Whatever issues he has with J&B are one thing, that's grown folks' business, but dragging innocent children into it, that's a whole new low for Kanye, and he's gotten pretty low. These kids never did anything to him, and it's just unsettling to see how far things have deteriorated. It's one thing to have a fallen out, but to go from my big brother to throwing shots at people's babies, yeah, that's a next level disappointment. I'm talking about these shady tweets where he said, wait, is anybody ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids there? Like literally, this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having children is a choice. If Twitter take Maya's down, then so be it, but I need y'all to know Jay or nobody have no power over me now. After some time he deleted the tweets, and we thought that maybe he had been hacked, or he at least felt guilty for some of the nasty stuff he said, but that wasn't the case. Instead, he made it crystal clear that the only reason he took them down was to avoid getting his Twitter account flagged for breaking the platform's rules. He wasn't about to risk losing his account over it, but there was absolutely no remorse on his part. He wasn't apologizing, he wasn't backtracking, and he definitely wasn't trying to make amends. If anything, he almost felt like he was doubling down, letting everybody know that he stood by his words regardless of how out of line they were. He tweeted, I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down because there was a possibility of my Twitter being cancelled, not because I'm a good person. Now Jay-Z and Beyonce on the other end, F them and their entire families. I love Jay-Z, and I do feel bad. I always felt like the black sheep, like I wanted family in this music. As I run on stages thinking I was doing the right thing, would always be in slight hope not coming to my first wedding, him putting Kendrick on the Super Bowl over me, or even us never being invited to Ish taking jabs out about my red hat onda. I felt like him and his wife could have helped me have more leverage with my kids. They could have used their cultural position to not just watch the Kardashians run me over. It hurts so F both of them, cuz when I needed them it was F a mother upper, then double down on being forced to delete the tweet saying concerning the Jay-Z and Beyonce tweet, just said I would regret it. No, I regret taking it down. My Twitter account is one-way conversation. The only thing I was mad about in the last few hours was taking that Jay-Z and Beyonce tweet down. Somebody from my music team called me and begged me to take it down and spoke on Twitter banning etc. I'm so mad I took it down. And now you think that Jay-Z P-self made me take it down? I have to double down. No celebrity ever said anything to come to my aid when it came to these white women taking my kids because they were mad I was wearing a Trump hat. F Jay-Z and his whole family, especially his shooters, so it looks like he's real salty. I mean big-mannered that Jay-Z did not step up to help him with this custody case with his ex Kim Kardashian, but if you've been keeping up with the Kardashians and Kanye these past couple of weeks, then you know that he has been loud about how he wants custody of his kids, but considering his behavior in these past couple of weeks alone, nobody, especially him, putting North in a song with Diddy about how Diddy is innocent and should be free. I guess the course we're right to award majority custody to Kim, but Kanye has been fighting that, tweeting stuff like, so Kim got the name and likeness over my black children, so a white woman has control over the name and likeness of my black children, and then speaks to Cardi about putting my daughter on a song with them. These dumb celebrities be trying to play with me in my face. The audacity is honestly unreal. He's out here acting like he had no part of any of this when he was the one who chased after Kim, married her, and even gave her the green light to secure the trademarks over their kids' names in the first place. So why is he suddenly losing it now? What changed? It's like he's trying to rewrite history just so he can play victim. And honestly, it's not hard to understand why Kim is beyond frustrated when it comes to co-parenting with him. If this is the kind of chaos he's stirring up publicly, just imagine what she has to deal with behind the scenes. The back and forth, the unpredictability, the constant drama, it's got to be exhausting, and it's not surprising that Jay-Z and Beyonce were no part of his mess, and as a result he decided to come for their kids, and that was just beyond cruel and completely uncalled for, especially considering the fact that these are innocent children who have never done a thing to him. And what makes it even worse is that he knows exactly what he's doing. He's fully aware. The Beyonce's kids, especially Sir, have been the target of nasty, hateful comments for years simply because she chooses to keep them out of the public eye. It's one thing to have an issue with Jay-Z or Beyonce as adults, but to bring their children into it, that's a whole new level of low. He knows how protective B is over their babies, and he knows the kind of scrutiny they already face just for existing and for having famous parents, so for him to add fuel to that fire, knowing the kind of negativity that's already been directed at them, it's just mean-spirited and unnecessary. There was no reason for it, and it says a lot about where he's at mentally if he thinks this kind of behavior is okay. But let's not act like we forgot about how Blue Ivy was treated when she was just a baby. Grown adults were out here bullying a literal toddler over her natural hair. They called her nappy, and now she was ugly, and dispute all kinds of hateful nonsense sense that no child, let alone a baby, should ever have to deal with. And the sad part is that it never really stopped. Even now at 13 years old, Blue gets unnecessary and downright cruel comments about her looks, her hair, and even her presence in the industry, despite the fact that she's literally just minding her business, growing up and driving. So given all that, is anyone really surprised that Beyonce wants to protect her twins, especially Sir, from the same kind of negativity? If anything, it makes perfect sense why she keeps about the public eye as much as possible. She saw firsthand what happened with Blue, and she's not about to let history repeat itself. People love to act like celebrity kids are fair game for criticism just because they have famous parents, but that doesn't make it right. And B has always been extremely private when it comes to her family, so the fact that she's keeping Sir even more hidden than Rumi, that says a lot. A few months back, people started to really notice that Beyonce seems to go the extra mile to keep Sir out of the spotlight. When she performed at that iconic Halim show, he wasn't there, and when she did her Good Morning America interview for the Lion King, Blue and Rumi were there right by her side, but Sir was absent yet again. And that wasn't just some random coincidence. Beyonce is making a very intentional choice to keep him away from the cameras, and honestly, she has every reason to. So proud of her. Oh, somebody wants to join. Think about it, Beyonce has always been strategic when it comes to what she shares with the public. She doesn't do anything by accident, so if Sir is noticeably missing from public appearances, there's a reason for it. Maybe she's noticed that he gets more scrutiny than Blue did at his age. Maybe he has more sensitive personality and doesn't like being in a spotlight, or maybe after everything that happened with Blue, she just decided that she wasn't going to let the public have access to him the same way. Whatever the case may be, one thing is clear: Beyonce is going to protect her kids at all cost, and she's not going to let people have the chance to tear us down the way they did Blue Ivy. And let's be real a second, it's not like people wouldn't find something to criticize. We've seen how they nitpick every little thing when it comes to celebrity kids, especially black celebrity kids. If Sir were to pop up in the public more often, people would be dissecting his every move, his hair, his facial expressions, everything. And let's not even get started on the comparisons. Folks already love to pit kids against each other like the way they do with Northwest and Blue, so it wouldn't be shocking if people started comparing him to Rumi, Blue, and other celebrity children. Beyonce knows how internet operates, and she's not about to let her son be dragged through the same nonsense Blue went through. But at the end of the day, Beyonce's decision to keep Sir out of the spotlight is completely understandable. She's seen how ugly people can be, and as a mother, her priority is protecting her kids no matter what. And if keeping Sir away from the public scrutiny is what she feels is best, then that's what she's going to do. But the speculation really got strong when he didn't attend the Super Bowl while Blue and Rumi were right there front and center. That only added more fuel to the fire, and of course the internet did what it does best, round wild with speculation. People started coming up with all kinds of theories ranging from the model league curious to the downright ridiculous. Some claim he has autism, while others push this bizarre idea that Beyonce is somehow ashamed of him because he has a supposed disability. And through it all, Beyonce and Jay-Z have remained completely silent. No public statements, no explanations, nothing. They haven't even mentioned Sir by name in interviews, which only made people more curious. For example, at the Grammys a couple of weeks ago, Beyonce named Rumi in a backstage interview because she forgot to name her on stage, but she left Sir out, and it had people talking all over again. Fans can't help but wonder why we barely see Sir at all. Blue Eye has been in the spotlight for years now, attending award shows, sitting courtside with their parents, and even performing on stage. Rumi, while not as visible as Blue, has still made a handful of appearances, but Sir, it's like he's a mystery. He's practically invisible compared to his siblings, and that's why so many people are convinced that there's something more to the story. But you already know Miss Mama Tina Nos is all over it, and she was not about to just sit back and let internet run wild with any type of ridiculous theories. No, she stepped in and made it very clear that folks have completely misunderstood the situation. When it comes to Sir, according to her, there's no drama, no secret, and definitely no shame involved. She's claiming he's just a private child who isn't interested in spotlight, plain and simple. And Tina, who's always been extremely close with her grandkids, decided to open up just a little bit and give fans a rare glimpse in a SARS personality. In an interview she shared, SAR is a very, very smart child. He likes numbers and he's very low-key. Now she's on it at age 6. What does that mean to you? Tell us a little bit about Room and how excited. Rumi is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator, and so I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is his creativity and fashion and the whole thing. What is Sir interested in? Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff, so he's not into the fashion stuff as much. But yeah, but fans didn't completely believe that, and more conspiracy theories have been flying around. So for Kanye to come out and make these horrible statements when he knows what has been said about those kids is meanest F is crazy. However, this isn't the first time that he's publicly tried to humiliate the Carters, because ever since they stepped back and cut him off, it's like he's been on a personal mission to embarrass them at every chance he can get. A lot of people like to pin Kane and Jay-Z's followed on his relationship with Kim Kardashian, but as be really second for a millisecond, that was never the real issue. The real problem was Kanye himself and his never-ending antics. When you take a step back and look at everything that's happened over the years, it's honestly no surprise that Beyonce and Jay-Z decided to distance themselves from Kanye, because he has a habit of aying out their business, calling them out in public, and throwing tantrums whenever they don't meet his unrealistic expectations of friendship. One of the biggest turning points happened way back in 2016 during one of his concerts, when Kanye decided to put Beyonce on blast in front of a crowd. He didn't just shade her, he outright accused her of buying awards. According to him, she basically strong-armed an award show of organizers into giving her the win over him, claiming as she refused to perform unless she was guaranteed the trophy. This wasn't just some offhand comment, because he said all of this on stage in front of thousands of fans during one of his infamous concert, Are My BL and Applause Famous. They told me beforehand so I wouldn't run on stage. Hey bro, why ain't got to F with me, but you know I got the vision, and you know I'ma keep it real with you. Bay say I was hurt. I went down 7 years on behalf of your B. Nigga, don't go no. While I'm talk, and as time went on, Khan's rant about Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't just continue, they escalated. It was like every time he got a mic in his hand he had something new to say about them, and none of it was ever good. But by 2016 it was painfully obvious that his friendship with Jay-Z was on life support, and not already, if not already completely dead. The final nail in the coffin was when Kanye publicly called Jay-Z out during yet another one of his infamous concert rants, and this time over the fact that Jay-Z supposedly didn't reach out to him and Kim after their parents' robbery. Now, to be fair, Kim's robbery was a terrifying situation. She was tied up, held at gunpoint, and robbed of millions and jewelry while she was in Paris for Fashion Week. Anyone would have been shaken up after something like that, and it makes sense that Kanye expected support from his friends. Instead of handling it privately, he did what he always does. He got on stage and put Jay-Z on blast in front of a crowd. Call me after robbery, you say, how you feeling? You want to know how I'm feeling? Come by the house. Oh, and I know y'all remember what Kanye West said about Jay-Z in 2022, right? When he claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly took people out, and that they were being controlled. That's scary. They can't control you, they can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize. They can't control them, you get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq, they can control Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, you man, but they can't control me. Serve my mom. She isn't here. My mama was sacrificed too. You understand? Yeah, appreciate. Michael Jordan, what about him? Is his daddy right? Bill Cosby, his son, and Dr. Dre, his son, are out in Hollywood. A lot of people come up missing. It feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control and traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize your puppies. Those little boos, none of these names, none of these people have to listen to you all because they're dealing with their own legal issues. I never killed anybody, right? I'm that never killed anybody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail. So yeah, he has a messy history with the Carters, but they've mostly ignored him until now because him coming for their kids was a last straw for them because there are reports that Beyonce is considering a lawsuit, according to Page 6. Jay-Z and Beyonce find it shocking that Kanye West attacked their two youngest children in disgusting all-caps rat via X on Tuesday evening. The couple will absolutely not stand for it after the stronger rapper has spoken about their children in such a vulgar and offensive manner. Jay-Z and Beyonce are aware of the post Kanye has since deleted and are discussing how they want to handle the situation, whether that be privately or in illegal matter. Well, it looks like Kanye is now trying to fight back against the impending lawsuit, claiming that it's not defamation if it's true. Furthermore, he's claiming to have a video evidence to prove his claims that Sir has some sort of disability, and he's threatening to leak the video and humiliate Beyonce even further unless she drops the lawsuit. Why, every time I look at Kanye, I think he couldn't possibly sink lower, but then he does. But I got to know what y'all feel about this and him trying to expose the Carters' private business like this. I don't know about y'all, but it's looking like done and cancelled for Kanye. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and then check out this next video. Music.